Strategy number 4 of how the world's top decision makers make their decisions. Okay, so how do the world's top decision makers make their really big life decisions? Surprisingly, they follow a piece of classic advice about eating elephants as we look at decision making strategy number 4 today. Number 4, eat the big decision making elephant in a series of little decision bites at a time. In other words, as the old saying goes, eat that elephant one bite at a time. In order to do that, you need to break the big decision down into manageable chunks. No doubt about it, when the really big decisions are in front of you, your brain is often overwhelmed, and we've all been there at one time or another. You know what you should be focusing on, but so many seemingly important unknowns and variables enter the picture that you begin to lose your focus. For example, let's take what initially looks like a simple decision, to move to a new city or not. But when we look closer, we see that this seemingly simple decision is actually made up of a whole bunch of series of smaller decisions. And to complicate matters even further, the outcome of each of those small decisions is so critical to your quality of life, and with so many different variables to juggle, it's easy to end up making a bad decision by doing what most people do. Put off making it until the last absolute minute and then be forced into a hasty decision. And that never turns out well, and we can all attest to that. So what can you do about that? What did the Professor X and the other scientists discover in the initial study of the 154 decision makers? What did they learn that can help you? Well, here's what you do. First, you take the decision and break it down into a series of smaller decisions. Well, let's continue on with our moving to a new city example. You're making a decision to do that. Number 1, do some research online. If your research pans out and it looks like a good place that you want to live, then you need to actually go and visit there, spend a few days, etc. At the end of your research and your field trip or trips, you will have a pretty good amount of data about whether you want to move there or not. Then you just need to make the decision, move or stay. Now, what did we just do there? What happened was we reverse engineered our way into making a big decision by making all the little decisions along the way, and by the time we got to the end, voila, the big decision had already been made. Did you see how we did that? Now, while that's still an old-fashioned decision-making approach, as opposed to using the Easy Decision Making Pro system, it's still far better than guessing and just hoping for the best. Don't you agree? Please leave a comment below for the professor or myself and tell us your opinion. How would you have made that decision to move? And if you've moved before, how did you arrive at the conclusion to move or stay? Coming up, stay tuned for the other smart decision-making strategies of the world's top decision makers. Say, have you ever wondered why some people are good at making all the right decisions and you're not? Well, 2 men have cracked the code on making better decisions every time, instantly. Professor X and Mark Remillard are the co-authors of the new book and training system, The Easy Decision Making Pro: How to Make Instant Decisions and Get Immediate Answers in Record Time. You can read more about it at www.easydecisionmaking.com. And you can also visit our blog at www.easydecisionmakingtips.com. And while you're there, be sure and check out all the free decision-making tips and strategy. And feel free to just go ahead and leave a comment below and on our blog. And tell us about your decision-making successes and challenges. We'd love to hear about them. Till next time, this is Mark Remillard for Professor X.